part found on a remote island in the Indian Ocean, arriving at a French military testing facility today. Analysts there trying to confirm the 8-foot-long piece of wreckage and whether it came from a Malaysia Airlines flight 370. The plane vanished in March 2014 with nearly 240 people on board. All those loved ones have been waiting for answers for so long. Perhaps they'll get them soon. Oliver McGee is an aviation expert, joins me now. You know, it's hard to believe it has been nearly a year and a half since Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 disappeared. So this is the first possible key to answers. Now, investigators, they're going to have to try, first of all, to confirm this 8-foot section of wing, whether it belonged to the doomed flight. What could its discovery gleam as aviation experts try to figure out what happened?
Well, this is Malaysia and French and Australian officials are probably going to coordinate some type of confirmation early next week that this is in fact MH370. So that will resolve a lot of the issues that are going across the press. But we already have about 99.9% certainty that this reunion debris wreckage is in fact MH370. And this is going to be an opportunity for this debris that is in a French laboratory near Toulouse. It's the same laboratory, by the way, that did the aircraft forensics with Air France 447. So this is in good hands. And they're going to be diving in here and looking at the debris here through microscopes and through other close analysis to see where this debris went. It's going to have some trace evidence of the path that it traversed through the Indian Ocean. But there could be also some signs in here when we look microscopically that there could be some crash evidence in here, perhaps maybe burn if there was a fire before the crash, or if there was some type of catastrophic event that took place in that aircraft. Composite materials sometimes leave evidences of how the angle of breakage of the flaperon took place. And so that's going to provide some very interesting analysis on aircraft mechanics for the public. So I think this is going to be a great opportunity for this Toulouse laboratory to give us some really good findings.
The picture we're looking at right there shows barnacles on it. Obviously, it's been in the water for quite some time. Does this tell us, as far as depth is concerned, do we see barnacles in deeper waters? I mean, I know that you can get a barnacle on the bottom of your boat in very, very shallow waters as well. Do you get barnacles in deep as well?
Oh, absolutely, yes, Julie. This barnacle is a great opportunity to unite biological sciences and oceanic sciences with the science and technology of large aircraft airliners. These barnacle evidences are going to have some type of trace information about where the biological path that this wreckage took in the Indian Ocean. And there's different biology depending on what portion of the Indian Ocean you're in. So it'll give us sort of a trace path like what we saw in Air France 447, because that was a trace that we saw in the Atlantic Ocean. We're going to see the same thing that's going to come out in the Indian Ocean. And perhaps it may lead us right to the 2,500 miles where Australian search people are operations and the private research that is taking place right now.
I want to talk about the actual piece of debris that was found. It's a flaperon. It's the movable part of the wing, and it appears to come from a Boeing 777. And since no other 777 has ever crashed in the ocean, it's not likely this part came from any other plane. So now it's just a matter of getting confirmation. How long will that take?
Like I said, I think all of the officials right now, Malaysia, French, and Australia, they're trying to coordinate right now out of respect of the families, because this is a very tough time for them. But at the same time, we're going to be seeing some information about how this thing transfers across the ocean, and that's going to give us it's a pretty interesting insights I think we're going to see unfolding here. This 777, by the way, we've only lost one since 1948, but we've only had 3 777 crashes in the last several years, and one was Asiana 214 in San Francisco, and the other 2 were MH17 and MH370. So we're pretty certain that if you're uncovering some type of piece of a 777, this is it.
All right. Well, then, as far as the debris is concerned, most likely it is from the missing Malaysia Airlines flight. Now that it has arrived in France, analysis isn't supposed to begin until Wednesday. So then what happens until then?
Well, I understand that Malaysian officials are meeting privately on Monday with French officials to look more closely for a plan of attack here. And coordination is very, very key amongst the government officials. So you'll see that type of private meeting taking place on Monday. And as we move into the week, as they coordinate the announcement, you'll see something early next week saying, hey, this is indeed MH370.
Right.
Now let's begin our work in the investigation. And I've been calling in the media, this is time for aircraft forensics, and it's a great opportunity for the public to be engaged in science and technology here as we watch this unfold.
All right. Oliver McGee, thank you very much. We just hope answers for all the loved ones. I can't even imagine what it's like, a year and a half having no answers as to what happened to their loved ones. Oliver, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Julie.